Fit Moms for Life.
Fit Moms for Life.
Fit Moms for Life, the first thing I think of is strong. I can do things now that I never was able to do.
When I think about moms, I think about all of the things they have to do, all the priorities they have with children, with their personal life, with their partners.
Yeah, there's mom jeans and, mom bodies. There's such a stereotype for what a mom has to look like, and it's not fair, and I don't think it's okay. Fit Moms for Life is more about a lifestyle of wanting to be healthy, wanting to be able to, just have it be part of my everyday life, part of who I am.
It's about working out, being healthy, and being around other like-minded people.
Fit Moms for Life, I think it's sexy.
Fit Moms for Life is being in a place of health and vitality.
Fit Moms for Life means having an active, healthy lifestyle with good nutrition, real food, and having a positive impact on your family and friends.
It doesn't matter whether you are bringing your children into the world or you're sending them out like I did. There's no age barrier to that. That is appropriate and significant for any woman of any age. Every woman deserves to be a fit mom for life.
My name is Dustin Maher, and I'm the founder of Fit Moms for Life, as well as the author of the book, Fit Moms for Life, How to Have Endless Energy to Outplay Your Kids. I'm a trainer in Madison, Wisconsin, and I hold boot camps for both men and women, as well as programs specifically for moms. Tremendous form, you shouldn't feel much in your lower back. Fit Moms for Life to me means that it's a community of moms who get together and share life together, build deep, authentic relationships while getting healthy. It's the notion that they need to put themselves first in order to help their kids the most, their husbands, their spouses, their jobs to be the best mom possible. They have to put themselves first. I've chosen to focus on moms because I believe they're the focal point of the family. They have the most influence over the family, and if I want to help the most people in the world and really make lasting change, I believe it starts with moms. My inspiration for focusing on moms was because of my own mom. I'm very close with her. She's just a stay-at-home mom that took care of myself and my 3 younger siblings, and she just gave. And when I went to college, I was trying to figure out what I wanted to do, and I knew I wanted to be a personal trainer. And I wanted to create a program that I wish my mom would have had when I was growing up. A place where she could leave the kids, hang out with other moms, become good friends with them, build community, and get in great shape. So the Fit Moms for Life movement, I really want to see 1 million active moms in this group by the end of 2015. How we're going to do that is create small local community groups. I believe that it starts in the community. In the Fit Moms for Life book and just kind of my overall principles, there's 5 different things we need to be changing in our lives to have ultimate healthy long-term success. I don't really care if someone can lose 50 pounds if they're going to gain it back the next year. So those 5 principles are changing your mindset, getting in the right belief system for why it's important for you to exercise and to eat well, to be around healthy people. Jump as high as you can, squeezing those abs. Second is changing the environment, figuring out who is bringing you down, who you need to maybe get rid of in your life, and who you should include into your life. How do you bring those healthier people in? Of course, nutrition plays a massive role in this whole thing. I believe it's the #1 thing for weight loss, for just overall health, is the foods you eat. So we talk a lot about that. And then from an exercise standpoint, the focus, the foundation needs to be on strength training, resistance training, with a secondary focus on interval training or a new technique called burst training, which is very effective at fat loss. The stories you're about to see are of women who have taken the Fit Moms for Life ideas and applied them to their own lives to have incredible transformations. You may cry, you may laugh, but most of all, I hope you're really inspired to take action and create your own transformation.
Whoa, More? More. Jump, 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 jump. Woo! And up. Yeah? Rebuilding the fort? Okay, polka dot side or pink side? I've struggled with my weight my whole life. You know, I wasn't somebody that people would point out and say, oh my God, she's got this weight. But I struggled it with my whole life. And in my 20s, it was sort of I worked out so that I could eat anything I want. And in my 30s, I'd work out and couldn't eat everything that I wanted. And then hit 40 and went, oh. So it's always been an issue, pre-pregnancy. Sarah's my oldest, she's 6. Kelsey's 3.5. And Johanna just turned 2. They are really cool kids, so they're a blast to be around. After I had Kelsey, I found the Mama Tone class, and I started working out with Dustin while I was on maternity leave, and loved the class and got a lot out of it. And then, much like everything else, I went back to work, and it just stopped because juggling then 2 kids and working full-time, there just wasn't time to work out, so I just stopped it.
I met Michelle probably about 3 years ago now, and she was coming to Mama Tone, and then within a few months of coming, she got pregnant with her third baby. And she came for about 3 or 4 months, and then things just got hectic and she wasn't able to continue on. So I lost track of her, didn't hear from her.
Well, I was happily married and pregnant with our 3rd daughter, and my husband, Joe, was killed in a car accident. So it's one of those cliche and horrible moments where everything you thought that was your life is over and changes. And so I live a different life than the one that I was living. Sarah, you're looking at pictures from when you were born. Is that Daddy? Yeah. Sarah's really the only one that was old enough to remember him directly. Kelsey was 1. I was 3 months pregnant with Johanna, Joey, named her after Joe. I was on maternity leave with Joey, and I stayed on Dustin's email list, and delete, 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 delete. And I got this email, I think she was 4 weeks old, and I got this email that came across saying something like, trying to lose pregnancy weight, or whatever it was. It was like one of those, like, okay, that kind of hit home. And, I read his blog email that day, and without even pausing, I just sent him this long email back.
When I heard her story, I mean, obviously my heart broke for her, and just, I couldn't imagine what that would be like to instantly lose your husband, after seeing him 10 minutes before. And I was just very inspired by it. And, I'm committed to all my clients, but I was just like, she can't fail, because if she does fail, she continues down the path she has been on, being quite overweight, not have as much energy. Her family's really going to suffer because of it. And so she can't fail. There you go, keep those abs tight, engage that lower back, squeeze the glutes, breathing out as you come up. We got 10 more seconds.
I tried a bunch of different things that didn't work for me in terms of group therapy, and there's some young widows groups. The one thing that works for me is the community created by Dustin's Mama Tone class. And it's not because I go and I talk about, my tragedy to them, but it's just a place where 45 minutes of grunting out this terribly hard workout with a bunch of other women, and I don't know, it's like therapy. I'm turning everything off at that moment. I turn work off, I turn kids off, I turn everything off and just focus on that.
Hey guys, who can help first? There's the dress I saw in the closet.
Congratulations!
At my book release party, Michelle shared her story, and even though I had heard it before, she had never shared the whole story with me, and she had never publicly shared it.
I'm usually feeling better about public speaking, but this is speaking about me and my situation and my kids, so I don't know, we'll see. Nervous a little. Hi everyone, especially my Mama Tone sisters. Thank you for being here. My name's Michelle, and Dustin asked me to speak tonight, and You know, I immediately said yes. In my professional world, I'm a lawyer, I'm a lobbyist. That's double speak for talking a lot and getting in people's faces. And so I thought this would be very comfortable, except for then I went home and realized that I was going to be talking about me. And that's a lot harder to do. So I'm going to cheat a little bit and spend a little time reading an email that I sent to Dustin a year and a half ago. I'm eager to return to your class for the physical health, and perhaps more importantly right now, mental health. I found that working out generally, and your class specifically, provided me with both better physical health, but great mental health attitude and outlook. I share this information for you not for posting on your blog or email, but so you know where I'm coming from and what I'm dealing with. A few months ago, when I was 4 months pregnant with our third child, my husband and love of my life, Joe, was killed in a car accident. In addition to the emotional devastation, as you might imagine, having any time for me is non-existent. My daughters are blessings and keep me going and keep me with a focus. Sarah, age 4, Kelsey, 19 months, and Johanna, Joey, 3 weeks. They're also hard work, and I try to give them everything they need. I want to get back into a workout routine and feel good and protect the time for me. I'm hopeful to get started right away because I don't want to go the other direction and use my situation as an excuse.
It was interesting just to hear it more from her perspective on what was going on behind the scenes that I didn't see. And I mean, it was very emotional, and just to see where she is at today is pretty incredible and makes me feel really fulfilled and you know, feel like that I'm really making a difference.
The mama toners here can confirm that I've stuck with my commitment to myself. I show up. I show up even though Joey didn't sleep through the night for her first full year of life. I show up even when a song on the radio jettisons me to another world and I can't control the tears. I show up even though I work full time, and many weeks that's more than 50 hours. I show up after a hell of a fight getting 3 girls under 6, diapered, dressed, breakfast, lunch packed, bundled up, and 3 different drop-off places. I show up because it's the one thing I do for me and for them. And I'm not here to tell you I'm some kind of rock star super mom. I'm not. I have many people in my network that support me. I'm not unlike every working mom who constantly feels like you're not doing enough at work and you're not doing enough at home with your kids. But I made the commitment to myself, and I really did it on behalf of my girls, to make health and fitness an absolute routine of my life. I block the time on my work calendar. I tell my staff and my coworkers that I can't make their meeting because I'm going to work out. I prioritize it, and I never did that before. Mostly I show up because my almost 6-year-old asks me on a somewhat frequent basis if I'm going to die early too. And I look her right in the eye, and I tell her I'm healthy and strong, and I'm doing everything I can do to make sure that I'm going to be around a long time. I want to thank everyone in that Mama Tone class, because whether you realize it or not, I'm running in and out. Sometimes I don't socialize because I don't have time. Sometimes I don't socialize because it's hard. But you're part of my support network, whether you knew it or not. And that's really what's been transformative to me, is embracing a community that I thought was just a tangential part of my life, but making it such a strong part of my life. So whether you knew it or not, thank you. Thank you, Dustin, and congratulations. I really think that my message can be, you can do this. You can do this. And if you're staring in the mirror and it feels like, you know, that you've got too much on your plate with work and family and commitments, there's no reason this couldn't be the top priority. It can fit in. You just have to change how you look at it. You know, Oprah or other people talk about how hard it is for women to put working moms, to put themselves first. And to me, it was more driven out of putting the girls first, putting my daughters first. How are you doing? And saying, okay, this isn't about, boy, I'd really love to lose 20 pounds and fit into size X. You know, it was fear and you know, I'm it. Wow, strong punches, Sarah. I've got this wonderful community of friends, and I've got this wonderful community of people at work who've been an amazing safety net. But now there's this whole other community of moms. You know, sometimes I can just be there and not be the widow. I can be there and just be another mom with kids.
I did the caffeine when I was last pregnant and never picked it up again, which was sort of my cold turkey way to deal with it.
I think even without the working out aspects, it's this community of moms that have all this great stuff to share and bond over.
Have a good weekend.
This part of my day sets the tone for the whole rest of my day. So I love the weeks when I'm able to actually make it here 2-3 times a week.
Why is there only girls allowed in the...
Oh, great question. Did you hear a question? Why are there only girls allowed? Because the class is for moms. So everybody in that class is a mommy.
Everybody here has to be a mom.
Not in the whole gym, but in that class that Dustin teaches. It's called Mama Tone. So it's a whole bunch of moms. And I learn all kinds of mommy things from my friends there too.
There are two things that I love most about raising the girls. One, I love that they see me go off to a job that I love and have passion for, and so I hope to instill that in them.
Nice move. You give me a high five?
And I love that they see me going off to the gym.
Whoa!
Can I do another
Yep.
one?
Whoa!
Sarah or others will come with me, and sometimes it's just, you know, they come see me come home sweaty, or they, you know, they know that that's just part of our regular life, is me doing that. And I think those are two fantastic things to hand over to the girls in terms of what I can teach them.
Wouldn't that be neat if every Friday we could just go to the gym together? It is a healthy thing, you're right.
My name is Jody Rindy. I'm 38. I'm married to Ryan. We've been married for 14 years. We have twin girls that are 11. We have a daughter who is 8. We have a son that passed away 6 years ago. And we have another son, Jameson, who is 4. This morning I had to get up at 7 because Jameson woke up, and I had to make breakfast for Ella and Tori. And then we thought Ella's game was at 9:30, so we got her ready to go and went up to the soccer field. Come to find out it was actually at 10:30. That's not the first time that's happened. And then after that, Ryan's trying to finish our basement, so he'll be working on that hopefully this afternoon, because he leaves for China on Monday for the second time for 10 days. And then Jameson has soccer from 3:30 until 5:30. So we will go to that, and then tonight Ryan will start packing for China, and we'll be home, and that's pretty. Today is actually a slow day. Our rule is always that they have to be in one sport. They have to do something active. I don't care what it is. It's dancing, swimming, gymnastics, I don't care. Just you need to do something active. Ryan's mom and my mom both had heart attacks in the last year. So we've been able to talk a lot about why they had heart attacks. You know, they're both, you know, overweight and, you know, grew up on fried burgers and butter and grease and that kind of yummy food, fried chicken, and that played a part. And so, you know, they don't want that to happen. And so they watch what I eat, and they ask questions about, is that a good choice, Mom? Is this going to give you a heart attack?
Pass it up, Ella. Cross. Nice shot, Ella. Good job. Good job. High five. That was beautiful. I'm so proud of you. It's a nice cross. I can't believe it went. Of course.
It went from the side.
Of course we believe it went. Look who we're talking about. That was very nicely done. Good job. You did your best. That's our motto. You don't have to be the best. You have to do your best. I don't want them to think, you know, they're only good when they win, because I don't think that's the right thing to teach our kids. As long as they're just constantly trying hard and doing their best, that's what matters. The same goes true with working out. I'm not the fastest runner there. I can't lift, you know, the heaviest weights. I know I don't do the most squats or most push-ups or anything like that, but I'm doing my best. And the best way to teach that to your children is by example. I was never a fit person. I never grew up being fit or athletic or working out or anything. I was never small.
my entire life. I was always curvy.
When I first started, I could only do 10 push-ups on my knees. Now I can do as many as I'm told to do. I certainly couldn't run and keep up. I know that. Sit-ups were not an option. It's come a long way.
By the time I had delivered our son Luke, I'd already gained like probably 20 pounds into my pregnancy, which was, a lot. I'm not even 5'3", so it's kind of a lot of extra weight to carry around. Got pregnant again with Jameson right away and threw on another 35 pounds by the time I delivered him. I was definitely my heaviest with Jameson when I delivered him, even more than with the twins. There's one story, Dustin, I told him this one recently, that really made me kick it into high gear and take it seriously. Was I was at Target one day with Jameson and I bent down and my pants pretty much split in half in the back. And there was nothing I could do, nothing at all. I had a short shirt on, there was no jacket, it was like summertime. And I just had to walk out with my pants split in half out of the store with my baby on my hip, and I thought, yeah, we gotta do something about that. So I immediately started looking up gym memberships. So I thought, well, I'll join a gym. And I ran across Dustin on Craigslist.
The thing with Jody is that she has a lot of determination and she's really willing to push herself past her comfort level. And she's done that now for many years, and she's kept the weight off for, I think, 3 or 4 years now. So she's really made it a lifestyle choice. She incorporates, exercise with the kids. She plays around with them.
See, we can work out at the skateboarding park, can't we? Keep your feet there.
I got made fun of when I was little. I distinctly remember, kids calling me fat and things of that nature growing up, and it's hurtful. You try to put your brave face on, and laugh along, but inside you are crumbling. I don't ever want them to have to go through something like that or treat anybody like that. It means learning how to balance and learning how to make sure my kids are doing well, but that I'm doing well at the same time. You have to take care of yourself. You can't let yourself go, because if you do let yourself go and don't take care of yourself, you can't take care of somebody else because you're falling apart.
It's funny because the mornings I don't get up to work out are my days that seem to be the longest. Whereas I know as soon as I get home, I'm like, good morning. And my kids are always like, oh, Mom worked out today. There's a lot of energy in the house. I'm doing a lot of this, and come on, let's do this and let's do that. And they're like, oh. So the energy is definitely there.
I mean, you have to want it to do it. Nobody can make you do it or tell you to do it. You have to want it for yourself. And why you wouldn't want to be in your children's lives, why you wouldn't want to be healthy, I don't get it. Why wouldn't you want that? I like looking good for Ryan. I like that my kids see that you can still have a fun life and be healthy, and that exercise is good for you.
Nice, Ella! Good job! From the side again. How'd that feel? Good. See what happens when you do your best?
Mommy!
What, Lila? Are you waving? 2.5 years ago, after I had my daughter, is actually when I gained a lot of weight because I was in this blissful state, wearing a lot of stretchy clothes with stretchy waistbands. I didn't really realize that the pounds were coming on, and I didn't look in the mirror much, and it was just like a long vacation, and I ate like it was a vacation every single day.
I can still remember the first day that I met Amy. She came to my Mama Tone class, and she was quite overweight, and but besides her body size, it was her negative attitude that I remember the most.
My attitude was just so poor. I've never been particularly good at exercise. I like doing Pilates, but anything that made me sweat, I really eschewed because it just wasn't my thing. It was a rocky start, terribly rocky start. People don't believe it, but I was exhausted after the warm-up. I couldn't do anything, And I topped it off by like having a very spectacular vomit on the floor of the gym.
She was on the stair climber and I was facing her and I was just asking her a little bit about herself and her goals, and she looks me straight in the eye. She goes, I hate working out, I hate this stair climber, I hate this class, I'll never be back again.
I told him, I hate you and I hate everybody in this class and I'm probably never coming back.
I said, okay, well, I appreciate your honesty and hopefully I'll see you back. And she did come back 2 days later, and I guess you could say the rest is history.
I really can't tell you why I kept up with Mamatone. I really can't, because I don't like it. I still don't like it. I do not enjoy exercising, but I made a lot of good friends who are supportive, and it's kind of a time to see them. It's just so different than a group class that I'd experienced before, where there's somebody in the front of the class. And I really, when I'd taken those classes before, I kind of disappeared in the back. I'm not coordinated, so I always ended up feeling really bad. And in Mamatone, I don't really feel like it's a competition. Nobody puts on makeup before they work out. You do your own thing while you're working out, and you compete against yourself.
I changed the way I eat and I exercise. I would say I also maybe changed a little bit who my friends are to be more supportive rather than like let's sit and eat cookies and support each other eat cookies. It's more like let's do this and have camaraderie exercising.
She has been extremely committed now for the last 2 years, and not only has she been changing her exercise habits, because she never really exercised before. She never viewed herself as a fit person or as an athlete, and now she can do unbelievable things.
Let's say I was approximately 215-ish, and now I've crossed the border into the 130s. So, right, that's a lot.
It's just a nice place to be. It's nice to talk to the farmers. It's nice to get fresh produce. It's nice to be with friends. I will get you some cheddar bunnies. Although, it would be great for the film if you could just eat some fresh spinach. I'm just kidding, sweetie. I won't make you eat fresh spinach, ever. I had my daughter when I was older, so kind of having the energy and being healthy is really important to me. I need to be around and healthy for her. The truth is, I feel like I want to set the example by going to Mamatone, but I don't know if she's really watching to know, but we talk about it all the time, what I do. I think it's a good example to set that I have a pattern of 4 times a week we go to Mamatone. And that's the time she knows we're exercising.
She is just so much more positive. She doesn't make excuses, and she's now really inspiring a lot of other people to get in shape because of her massive transformation she's made in her own life.
I know in ads and commercials it says, if I can do it, you can do it. I would say if I can do it, anybody can do it. I would say I am, in general, a lazy person, and I will take a shortcut. And if I could have taken a shortcut to this, I would have. I mean, people don't believe me. I would have tried anything. I looked into like anything to do it easier, because it's hard. I mean, you can't lie. It's just hard. I would say the best and the easiest thing is the sense of community comes pretty quickly.
Her negative attitude is much less negative. She's still a very sarcastic person, and she's got an interesting personality and humor.
The saddest part, Jeremy, is I went from a double D to a C. And that's not the kind of loss you want, but you take the good with the bad.
Get a rhythm and keep it going. Try and keep consistent for the whole minute. In and out, in and out. You can do it. Don't let that lower back sag. You want to stay nice and tight. Suck that tummy in.
Carrie, the instructor there, she's dropped like 70 pounds. Right here? Yeah. You literally could not even recognize her before picture. Really? Yeah. Yeah, she's come a long way.
I was never tiny. You know, I've always had a more muscular build, and it's hard growing up with being the girl who's just not the size 2. So I think I've always struggled with it to a certain degree. You know, I went to college and kind of fluctuated with my weight there. By the time I graduated, I was exercising regular, and then I got into my first full-time job, and that absorbed me. I traveled a lot, and you eat out when you travel, and so the weight crept on, and you get married and the weight creeps on, and 2 more kids, so yeah, it's always been there. For me, when I am feeling bad about myself, it kind of comes out in a crabby mood. So the kids catch it, I'm short with them, you know, I'm short with Ryan, and you know, it's kind of a pervading attitude in the house. You just don't feel happy, you're short with people around you, or at least that's how I was, and it had to change. I didn't want that life mostly for my kids. A friend of Olivia's invited her for a birthday party, and then I became friends on Facebook with this boy's mom, and she had something in her Facebook feed about a Groupon that Dustin was offering, and for whatever reason, I latched onto that. I'm like, it's a good deal. For 6 weeks, I'm gonna try it. If nothing else, maybe I can at least lose some weight in 6 weeks. And as it turned out, it worked, and it worked quickly. I noticed changes within 2 to 3 weeks, and I liked it. There's always an occasional morning where you've just had kids awake at night, or kids are sick, you kind of don't feel really great, but you go anyway, and once I get there, I feel really good that I got there. Our workouts start off very similar, no matter who's training. You know, we do a good 5-10 minute warm up, and then it's right into our intervals. At first, it was just in my mind about losing the weight. I kind of had in my head that I was gonna stick at it for a year. I thought I had about 70 pounds to lose, so I was thinking 1 pound to 1.5 pounds a week. I would do that, and in a year I would be where I wanted to be. What I figured out, it's not just the end number. It's not all just about getting to your goal weight. There's a whole lot more that goes with it. You have to change how you eat. You have to kind of change your mindset. There are times during the workout where things hurt, your muscles are tired, and you're shaking, and you don't really feel like you can do much more, but you just push on through.
Actually, the times I probably think about it the most are when we're running with weights. I lost, well, about 50 pounds, so I carry 20-pound weights, running with 40 pounds. I think about how hard it was when I was carrying that much extra weight. Get some water in the sink for you. Do you need your sleeves rolled up? Do you want Mama to roll them so they stay?
Yeah.
Yeah? Can you wash the tomatoes for me too?
Mom, the peppers sound hollow.
They do.
Because they're hollow. There's nothing inside but seeds.
We are doing Thai tuna salad. The girls like it. They're good tuna eaters, and this recipe is nice because it doesn't have any mayonnaise in it. We try and be much better about meal planning, I would say, than we ever were before. That's probably one of the biggest. And we eat, I would say we're better with fresh vegetables. We try and do a lot of just a bowl of carrots and different peppers on the table, and we tend to keep that stuff prepped, and the girls eat it, and so do we. It's amazing to me how cheap cruddy food is compared to what healthy food is. Healthy food is very expensive, I think. All right.
She had tried all the, the Weight Watchers and the different things, the LA weight loss and all that stuff. It doesn't teach you a lifestyle. It just teaches you to eat certain things really small and stuff like that, where when she saw this thing for the boot camp, she's like, I'm at the end of my rope. I want to do this. And I said, let's just do this. If you think that's what's going to work for you, let's just do this. And so, here we are 1.5 years or so later, and she's lost a lot of weight, and we're eating healthy as a family.
You've always picked healthy stuff.
You've always liked
you like your sweets, but you always eat good. You've always liked vegetables.
No,
Okay. She'd survive on bread, I think.
It's all come from her. If it was up to me, we'd be eating pizza and McDonald's, and it was just, we're out and
learn how to eat healthier.
But she's helping me because I can see it now where she's like, we're out and it's busy, and she's like, should we just stop at Culver's? And I'm like, no, we got stuff at home, let's make it. So we balance each other that way, I think.
I've literally worked my butt off for a year and a half, so I feel good about that. I feel like, yeah, I've worked hard, and I'm glad I did it. I'm glad I can be here and talk about it, and I'm glad I made good changes for my kids.
I'm very proud of what she's done. She, before she was always very down on herself, never happy. I never liked where her weight was or anything like that. And naturally, you're a supportive spouse, and I've always thought she was beautiful. Even when she was heavier and everything, I would still tell her that side of stuff, but it was never something she really accepted. But now she actually lets me say, hey, you look good today. And instead of getting, you're sick or you're crazy, I get thank you. I'm
glad that he's proud of me, and I'm glad that we did this for our family. And I would have never said thank you before for a compliment. So, I mean, just being able to do that has helped our relationship.
Recently, she had somebody that she told me about that emailed her. Was it email or was it on Facebook or whatever? Where she said, you kind of inspired me. And I thought, that's awesome. You know, that Carrie inspired somebody else to do it. So that was cool.
Keep pushing, keep pushing. You're gonna feel it in your shoulders too. You can do it, you can do it. Squeeze that glute on the way up. Get a little extra in there. I'd been thinking about it for a few months. I really enjoy the boot camps, and I feel like I have a lot of good information to share since I've done the journey. It's not like I've been fit my whole life.
She's really embodied what a full transformation's like, and I think when you have that full transformation where you lose the weight and then you want to then empower others to do it, that's when lasting change is going to occur.
Good job, good job. This is a toughie. You're working deep muscles here. Deep breaths, you can do it, hang in. Almost there.
She's not going to want to let down everyone now that looks up to her, who saw what she did, and now she is becoming the example, and she's going to keep these results up, I'm very confident, as long as she keeps plugged into our community and also building her own community of support.
When I first started, I was probably one of the heaviest at boot camp, and it's very intimidating, you know, just to walk into a group of people you don't know very well, but when they're very much more fit than you, it's very hard. You know, I'm proud of myself that I did it and I stuck with it, and I see other women come that have a lot of weight to lose, and I just kind of want to take them under my wing and say, just stick with it, it'll come. It's not going to be easy, but it gets better, and they can do it too.
Two, three, four. In January of 2010, I had come to this point. I was maybe about 290 pounds, really kind of over-involved. More than that, just feeling kind of emotionally, physically, and even intellectually just run down. 10. And I knew that had a lot to do with kind of what was going on physically with me. And so over the past months previous to that, I had been thinking, I need to do something, I need to change. I need to change what I'm eating, get a little exercise in, nothing too drastic, but just change some habits because I wasn't feeling good at all. And there was just this moment I remember looking in my closet, putting on some outfit and then looking in the mirror and just feeling like, wow, I really don't like what I see. I'm seeing myself and I'm not pleased because I know that I'm not healthy and I'm not enjoying life. And so I said, okay, you know, what can I do? What should I do?
I've known Crystal since actually college. I met her in college and we went to church together, and she was, you know, a very large woman, you know, morbidly obese. And I'm very cautious to ever bring up that I'm a fitness professional, and I don't really cram fitness and health down anybody's throat. I let them come to me. And so I was just hoping that one day she would come and reach out. And it didn't happen for 3 or 4 years. I graduated college, didn't see her for years, and she came to my boot camp.
He ran this 3-week special, and I thought, well, nothing I've tried have worked, and I need to do something just new. And so I said, let me give it a try.
On that first day, I still remember her. She was, close to 300 pounds, and she tried so hard. And a lot of people, when they come in at that size, are very self-conscious and just kind of are afraid of getting in there. And Crystal, I don't know if she was self-conscious or not, but she just went after it. She could hardly do push-ups on her knees, but she busted her butt, and she did what she could do. That's what I ask of all my clients is I don't care where you're at, but I just want to know that your effort level's there. I knew that as long as Crystal stuck with the program, she was going to see great results. And I was just hoping that she would stick with it long term. She signed up for 3 weeks initially. And those 3 weeks ended, and she lost a few pounds, but it was not very much. I was actually kind of disappointed in the results she did get over those first 3 weeks, but she started to make exercise a habit.
I hadn't lost any weight after 3 weeks, maybe 4 pounds or so. And I was like, this isn't, I'm not getting the results, because I think it was lose a dress size, 10 pounds or something, and I hadn't done that, so I had to weigh the odds. And I said, well, I haven't lost much weight, but I feel better. When you sign up for boot camp, Dustin also gives you kind of this meal plan that you can choose or not choose to follow based on what want to do. And my food and nutrition have been so out of whack. I was eating out 2 to 3 times a day, not really cooking, sometimes skipping meals. And so I just committed myself to following the most basic part of his food plan, which was to weigh your food, eat whole grains, make sure you eat breakfast, just basic stuff, drink water, cut out all of the pops and juices and stuff. As I've kind of lost weight and, cook more for myself, I've learned a lot more about cooking and about spices and herbs and ways to make things good without dipping it in batter and frying it till it's double dead.
She liked to cook before, but she just was cooking the wrong things and eating the wrong things. And then she just really took to it and began researching on her own, reading books, looking at websites on a regular basis, started changing her food she was eating, consistently coming to boot camp.
So over the last 2 years, I've lost 100 and almost 120 pounds. That's translated from a 22, 24 dress size to a size 8, 10, 12, depending on the designer. 27 years is a long time to be a certain way, and so you don't change your mindset overnight. And I think that's the most difficult part. If I think about how long I've been overweight, and think about, getting into shape, that was a relatively quick part. But the hard part is now I have to change the mindset, and that's a continual process of what it means to be healthy, how I look at myself, how I relate to the world. That's a continual process.
Hold those shoulder blades in. Nice, Crystal. Last 10 seconds, get down there, chest out, row it. Stand it up nice and tall. Last one.
When I thought about the changes I would have to make, I thought, what can I do long term? And so for me, I really like fried foods. I like chips and I like cookies too. I like all the bad stuff, whatever. And so when I think about being consistent over long term, it's not saying, no, I'm never gonna eat those things again, because that's just false. But it's thinking about what will those things do for the plans I have for me and working those into my plans. When I first started out, one of my friends, we were going on a bike ride and she had this t-shirt. The t-shirt said basically, every damn day, just do it. And so I was like, wow, yeah. So I went out and I got a t-shirt, and that's kind of what's always in the back of my mind. Every day, just do it. And so every day, do my exercise. Every day, consider the importance of my nutritional choices. Every day, think about the decisions I'm making today and how they're gonna affect me in the future. So it's just every day, just committing myself to it. Every day, just doing it and not just thinking about it. I know for a long time, I was in this place where I was constantly thinking about, oh, I want to lose weight. Oh, I want to get into shape. Thinking. But I think the most important part of that is just do it. Act. Every day, act. I didn't have any real life examples of people who had lost as much weight as I did. Like people who I could reach out and touch. All I had was The Biggest Loser, you know, and they do those under very controlled circumstances, you know. And so I didn't have anyone who I could see who, you know, had health problems and then overcame them. And so why it's so important for me to share my story is that I'm just an everyday person. I'm not rich, I'm not famous, you know, I'm just Crystal. And so if just an everyday person can do this, anyone can. There are lots of ways to be in the world, and I choose to be happy and positive because that just, I feel, makes life a lot easier than just me and negative. Ooh, yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Go, girl. Yes, yes, you got it. Come on. Yes. Yes. Way to push it. Yes. Ah, you go.
She's always encouraging everyone else, and especially the newcomers who are maybe a little bit larger. She knows, she's been there, and so she is such a great encouragement to them to keep pushing, doing what you can, and you know, you can achieve great results after a longer period of time. She's like a different human being. I mean, her soul and who she is as a person hasn't changed, but her outside has changed, and I guess even her attitudes, behaviors, and I mean, she's an athlete now, and you definitely couldn't have said that, you know, 2 years ago.
This dress from White House Black Market, and I had never been able to shop at this store before, and I bought this dress and I wore this, let me take it out the bag, on like the anniversary of my 100 pounds of weight loss. And so I love this dress, so classic and pretty, and so it just means a lot to me to wear it because it was such an accomplishment. Because I had been thinking, what can I get myself? And I love clothes, as you can see, both sides of my closet. And so I got myself this dress. When I look at that dress and I look at like being a size 24, and the dress I'm sure you got is a size 14, because that's where I was when I lost 100 pounds. That's just, I can't imagine that, to go from a size 24 to a 14. Whew. I just see a person who is full of life and enjoying the day and enjoying whatever the challenge will bring, knowing that I can overcome it. Because my health was really a challenge that I wanted to overcome. And I felt for so long that I couldn't overcome it because it was just so difficult. But now I see that whatever life brings my way, I can overcome it. And I look in the mirror and I like what I see.
It's a long story, but you know this was a career change for me. So it means a lot to me that you're a part of this. Get those arms going. I want you to pay attention, full range of motion.
It's a totally new way of life for me.
Grab that water, pull. Normal walk.
I've been kind of thinking about changing careers.
Good, looks good.
I've been in social work for 23 years, very proud of that, very passionate about helping people. But I wanted to take my passion for helping people and my passion for health and fitness and go in a different direction. And so I guess took a big leap of faith, and I enrolled in a personal training prep class at UW-Madison.
Warm up that upper body, shoulders down.
I became certified as a personal trainer, then took that a step further and became certified as a water fitness instructor.
All right, jog it out. You know you go your own pace, right?
I'm doing a lot of things that I always was afraid to do when I was younger. I'm doing them now in my older, in my midlife. And I have to thank Dustin for that.
I received an email it was probably about a month before Christmas time, and there was this guy who wanted to have me come to his house to do personal training with him and his wife and his son.
Thinking about the holidays coming up, what would be a nice gift for Karen and I together to do something unique and different?
My father was all very quick. He ended up going in the hospital, and within 5 days he passed away. Very pivotal time in my life. I was basically holding my mom up by one hand and being there for my dad on the other, and having to pull life support, and it was very, very trying. But we got through it, and it was right by the holidays too, so that made it extra difficult. My dad died right before, a couple days before Christmas, and it was a week after we buried him. Jeff, as a Christmas gift to me, bought me a one-time personal training package with Dustin. And I remember thinking, oh, this is really sweet, but what good is one training session gonna do?
It was about a 2-hour drive, hour and a half drive from where I was living, and I wasn't doing much personal training in homes anymore, but something told me I should do it.
It was life-changing.
She was really thin, and that was the biggest thing. She was gaunt. She just didn't look very healthy. I started to talk to her about the importance of resistance training. She had done a little bit of it, but she was mostly doing a lot of cardio. Talked about, really focusing on eating healthy, and I gave her my DVDs when I left, and that was basically it. I wrote her out a workout, thought that was gonna be the end of it. And I didn't really hear back from her for a long time. And then I think I received an email one day just out of the blue saying that she was consistently keeping up with the workouts, the DVDs. She had put on, I think, like 6 pounds of weight, which for her was great.
What happened during that 1-hour session with Dustin is that he gave me a totally different perspective on how to create a fitness plan. And I was always kind of mamby-pamby, wishy-washy with weights, but I had a definite plan, definite workout, and I absolutely love weight training. And I always did steady state cardio, and now I learned about burst training and interval training, and I love that too. You can get your cardiovascular workout in just half the time.
When we think back to if that wouldn't have happened for us, none of this would have happened. Karen would not be in a new career, and she wouldn't be putting all of this positive energy into helping others with health and fitness. So that was a real blessing for us to have that opportunity with Dustin.
Yeah, get those arms. Yeah. Exhale, exhale, exhale. Oh, beautiful. Yeah.
By nature, I'm somewhat of a shyer person, so this has gotten me to go definitely out of my comfort zone.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and cross country.
But after I get going, I love it, and I can see that I know that this is benefiting them. And of course, getting the positive feedback encourages me too.
I'm gonna live forever, right? Especially after you do this.
I'm mainly working with the older adult population.
Now take it to the side and side to side.
That is the population I worked with when I was in social work. I feel that that's my niche.
Bring it up there, right to the surface of the water.
I think that I have that connection. I'm getting that trust factor with my water fitness class.
Good.
I know some of them have had many different instructors, younger, and I've gotten comments about it's nice to see someone, older generation, midlife, teaching a class.
Feel it in those glutes. Gotta move like Jagger. Your kids and grandkids are gonna love the fact that you're dancing to moves like Jagger, Mick Jagger. Remember our generation?
I would eventually like to have my own fitness business, like that I've already got the name. Fit After 50.
Take it home. And quarter turn, get in your spot.
Fit Moms for Life. What that means to me is it doesn't matter whether you are bringing your children into the world or you're sending them out like I did. that to be a fit mom for life, there's no age barrier to that. That is appropriate and significant for any woman of any age. Every woman deserves to be a fit mom for life.
Big yoga breaths. You deserve it. Have a great weekend.
My name is Diana Walter. I live in Neilsville, Wisconsin. I'm 37 years old. I'm married with 3 children, my husband Fred. Jacob is 13, Bradley 9, and Ellie is 5. When we first married, things were pretty good. I was still working on a farm. I had lots of energy. First child, things were pretty good. I was in college. I still had a lot of time for him. When I graduated college and had to start working, and that's kind of when my husband and I had different shifts, and when we were not spending as much time together, and that's really when it set in, where I just started eating a lot more because he wasn't home, and I think I was just lonely. I was an emotional eater. I just was tired, weak, no energy. I didn't even want to play with the kids. I didn't really care what I cooked. I just did a lot of box meals and wasn't concerned about sugar or fat or anything like that.
Grouchy sometimes, you know. Yeah, tired. Just low energy levels. You know, just kind of blasé attitude towards life.
I lived daily. Like, I would wake up in the morning and my first thought was, I can't wait to have a Mountain Dew at break today. And I thought, how sad is that? My first thought in the morning is, I can't wait to have this soda that I so treasure. And that's when I just realized that I need to do something. We have heart disease and diabetes in the family. And I had an uncle that died in his 40s from a heart attack. And I knew that I couldn't let myself go any deeper into this wallowing that I was doing about my unhappiness with myself.
She needed something to, you know, get her turned around. And not much help from me, I guess, other than, you know, to be there for her.
We were on an ice fishing trip, and on the way back, we had an hour drive, and about halfway through, I finally had the courage to say, you know, to my husband that I read about this, you know, program for moms, and it's a DVD system that you buy one a month, and you work out at home, and it's by personal trainer Madison. And I said, but it costs $40 a month. And I said, you know, do you think that we can do this? And at the time, you know, we were a little strapped financially.
Told her I thought it sounded kind of expensive, but I could see that she was really interested in it and really wanted to try it out. So I relented, and I gave her, like, I said, an ultimatum, I guess. I said, you know, if you can do it for 4 months, and if, you know, there's no, if you don't show any signs of, you know, improvement or feel better, then, you know, we'll talk about it then.
I was ready for a challenge. I'm a competitive person. I was in sports in high school, and just to know that I couldn't let my husband down at this point, that I had to do it. I was just really impressed with the results. I mean, it wasn't like I had to try hard. I really wasn't concerned about my nutrition at first. I just thought, I just have to work out. I'm not going to worry about eating because that's too much to handle at one time. And as long as you did the workouts, I saw results. That summer, Dustin brought up the idea in one of his newsletters about, hey, I'm thinking about trying to get some community group type thing going. And instantly, I knew that was it. I was like, I want to do this. Our town is very rural. We don't have a lot of options or opportunities. We're in a really low income area, and I work out of town, so I thought this would be a great way for me to help our community, get to meet some people, make some new friends.
Diana is a perfect example of what I believe the Fit Moms for Life movement is all about. It's about someone who has stumbled across my program and starts to do it, gets great results, and then takes it upon herself to then empower and teach other people.
I sent a personal letter out to my neighbors and some people I knew from school, from the kids, and I just said, hey, you know, are you guys interested in getting a Fit Moms group together to talk about healthy lifestyles? I'm doing well. Yourself? Good. Thanks for making the trip over today. We have 7 to 9 gals that come every Wednesday and Saturday.
Good morning, ladies. Thanks for taking the time to come today. I know when the weather gets nice, it's hard to get people back inside again, but I appreciate you being here.
I am the leader. I have Dustin's workouts printed up on paper.
Really sit back on those heels. Make sure your knee is not going past your toe. You're gonna sit back on those heels. We're gonna do 3 pulses. At the bottom, come up, really squeeze those glute muscles.
I give them tips on form and lead them through the exercises and modifications they can make to challenge themselves more.
5. Last one, you can do it. And 6.
I really liked the results she was getting and thought I wanted to try it out too, and so I started doing it. As I was starting to see results, then other people that I knew, whether they were friends or family, coworkers, were seeing results also in me and asking what I was doing. Living in the middle of nowhere where I live, it's very hard to have a membership to any kind of gym or find a personal trainer like that that's able to work with you, especially if you have a family and depending on where you work and how far you have to drive and commute to work and back and forth. And so I think it's just great to have some people that you can keep in contact with. Even if you don't physically go and work out with them very often, you can still keep in contact by email or you see them at work and, you know, just share your stories of your successes.
I probably wouldn't be in any exercise group if it wasn't for Diana. I didn't think I could work out with other people. I didn't think I could have other people, like I thought they would be watching me, but it wasn't like that at all when I went. It was just other people, you know, going through the same things I was.
Dustin loves push-ups, so we always got to get our push-ups in our workout. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8.
If Diana wouldn't be here, I wouldn't be here. She really is the encouragement that I need. She encourages us to keep going, to try harder, and to keep doing. So without her, I wouldn't be doing this at home.
Weights up, shoulder press.
She's been such great encouragement to all of us and dedicated. She'd do anything, I think, for us. She encouraged me to do my first 5K, and she did it with me, which I thought was going a little bit above and beyond. I thought I could crawl over the finish line myself, but she stayed with me. So it's really been amazing.
So there's no real programs here in Neilsville?
No, there used to be a jazzercise program. And now, and that lady did it for like 15 years.
When you're in a town that doesn't have a fitness center right in town, I think it can have a big impact on the families in the area.
This has been pretty cool for me to see, you know, what Diana's done. I've only been here one time before, and just to see these amazing women, you know, doing this together. And Diana's, you know, getting certified as a trainer, but she's been doing this for a full year without any sort of, you know, education besides the DVDs and the support that we provide her. And it's just really cool to see that she's taken it upon herself to do this. And I know a lot of women are afraid to step out as a leader. They're afraid of what other people are going to say, if they're going to fail. This is just a great example of what's possible if you break through those limitations and go for it. She's got 15 people here who are getting an incredible workout for free, building community, getting friendships together, and it's pretty inspiring. I just want to thank you for your commitment, not only your time, your effort, your energy to do this on a consistent basis. Okay, ready? 6 times. Putting up by your shoulders, coming down, popping it up. You can go on your own pace here. Abs tight. I want to show you that you're capable of more than maybe you think you are. Watch this. I bet you can do this. Never thought you could use a 25. We're going to do it twice through, okay? Twice through. Look at that. 25s. Beautiful. 4 more times. You're doing great. 3 more times. I got you. And up. One more. And switching arms. Again, twice through. Squeezing those abs. No problem for you. There we go. 3 more. Beautiful. Last one. All the way up, all the way up. We're gonna go. What was your name?
Carla.
Carla, great job, Carla.
If I can help just one woman, this will be worth all the effort that I've put into it. And so I think this is really great.
Getting together with the other women in the group is fulfilling. Something I don't get at home trying to work out in front of the TV. Her commitment to the program and then her success story is inspiring.
When I started, it was all about losing weight, and I wanted to lose 4 clothing sizes. And that was a big motivator for me. After I started my women's group, it just really became more of a mental and overall healthy well-being.
Only 20 more seconds. You can do anything for 20 seconds. 3, 2, and done. Nice.
I learned to value myself and feel good about myself, and that has been more important to me now than actually keeping track of pounds or calories. Fit Moms for Life means to me having an active, healthy lifestyle with good nutrition, real food, and having a positive impact on your family and friends, and teaching them to have control of the decisions they make and be proud of those decisions and be proud of themselves for the choices that they've made.
I want to thank you so much for watching this documentary. I hope you have been as inspired as I have been to watch these amazing women and their transformations. Now, you may be a person right now watching this and being like, you know what, I've tried so many different programs, I've tried so many different diets, I've tried so many different exercise programs, gyms, but watching this, connecting with some of those women, I now believe that I could do this myself. And what is that next step for you? How do you make your own transformation, become a fit mom for life? Well, visit fitmomsforlife.com and start with the 6-week transformation challenge. So this 6-week is designed to get you the best results you can in that short amount of time, but then also encourage you and empower you to recruit your friends, your family, your coworkers to do the challenge with you. And besides that, we're going to give you financial incentives to do so. So you can make some income as well as getting in shape, as well as helping your community get in shape. And by your help and you're inspiring other people, we're going to reach our 14,000 local support group challenge. Now, you also may be a trainer watching this right now and have been inspired and impressed by how the Fit Moms for Life community, the mission has grown, as well as the results that we've gotten. Maybe you want to become part of our team. Well, we've got a Fit Mom for Life trainer certification program that would be perfect for you. It's an 8-week online course followed by a 2-day live training in Madison, Wisconsin with myself and my team. You get to meet a lot of the women, maybe some of the women that you saw today on the documentary. And we're going to really just give you the way we teach our clients to eat, how to exercise, the business behind it, and everything. How do we create that community? How do we get lasting change? And from that trainer certification program, then you can become a licensee, where you can take our system and take it to the world and to your community. So you can go to fitmomsforlifetrainer.com, fitmomsforlifetrainer.com, sign up today, and we look forward to being able to work with you and help spread the Fit Moms for Life message all over. And lastly, if you have access or resources to people to distribute this documentary, if there's people that need to see this movie, please invest in the DVDs or contact me personally, and we can give you great discounts for multiple DVDs at one time. So that's it. Hope you enjoyed it. And again, I look forward to working with you soon and connecting with you. Take care. So one of the questions I get asked a lot is why is it so hard to change, not only change your body, but you change your habits? And I believe the biggest reason is you haven't come up with a big enough why. Why is it important for you to be in shape? Why is it important for you to have energy? Why is it important for you to have happiness? And until you can figure out why that is, you're not going to succeed long term. My name is Dustin Maher, the founder of Fit Moms for Life, and some people call me America's trainer to moms. I'm the oldest of 4 kids. My mom was a stay-at-home mom. She taught us healthy nutrition habits growing up. The reason why I do what I do now is based off of just the realization how unselfish my mom was, but also how unselfish other moms are. They just give to everyone around them, their kids, their husbands, their careers, and they don't put themselves first. Fit Moms for Life book was written first because I wanted to create a book that wasn't just a how-to, like how to get in shape, how to look your best, but I wanted to create something that really resonates from an emotional level. So it is a how-to book in the sense that I share my 5 key pillars of health and fitness that I believe are an essential to lasting results. So this is a formula I put together based off of changing the environment, the mindset of the individual, the nutrition, of course, is a huge part of it, and then including some strength training, resistance training, as well as some burst training or interval training. But the book is more than that. It's 31 transformational stories of some of my clients. Some of these women have lost 50 to 100 pounds, while some have lost 10 pounds. My hope for a mom who's part of the Fit Moms for Life family is a couple things. One, she's gonna get better energy, she's gonna look better, feel better, but it goes much deeper than that. It's really about how she portrays herself in her life, how happy she is in life, how much confidence she has, and how much of a community she's built, because we've all been put on this earth to be with other people, I believe. We're not meant to be hermits. And the more you can be around the community, the more you're gonna be lifted up, and those relationships really turn genuine. When someone's looking to make a change in their life, the biggest thing I've seen is they've surrounded themselves with people at their current state. So if they're gonna try to rise up and out of that, they've gotta rise up and find new people to be around or new people to associate with. And that's one of the biggest challenges that I think Fit Moms for Life overcomes. We bring the women together who have a like-minded focus, like-minded vision, and are gonna all be supportive and positive, bringing each other up together. The Fit Moms for Life movement is, of course, for someone who's looking to get in better shape, looking to feel better, but it's much more than that. It's someone who wants to be connected to a group, who wants to be part of something bigger than themselves. I want to give back to all the moms out there, just like my mom gave so much to me. This is a movement of moms who believe that it's more than just eating healthy and exercising. It's a part of being something bigger, being part of a movement that is going to reach the nation and reach the world and really change the lives of millions and millions of moms.